Hola, this is Faith, and I'm looking super casual today. I have on, I have on this baseball cap and these sweats, and there's Lola. I guess there's no Team Midas today, but today I'm going to be answering questions that were sent in from viewers like you. So this is kind of like PBS. So this is kind of exciting for me because I'm like, ooh, I have questions. Granted, the questions were probably asked like a year ago, but I had never checked my YouTube, so I might not get any questions for a while, but either way, I'll answer them today. Okay, so the first question, Lola, stop licking me! Stop licking me! Okay, so the first question is, now that you're 21, has anybody ever asked you out? A lot of things has happened to me since the last time I was posting up here about my relational, interpersonal statuses. Yes, to answer that question, has anyone asked me out? Yes, I've had an official relationship. I had my first boyfriend, and I guess I did go on some dates, so yay for me! I went on several dates since, wow, Lola's like really attacking me. Yes, I've gone, stop! Ugh. Lola, just come here. Yes, I've gone on several dates, and I've had my first boyfriend before, so yeah, people have asked me out. Now that I don't know if 21 was a magic number. Let's see, when did I go? And then I've had some complicated things that I've gone through, as you will see when I continue to post. What are your views when it comes to God and Jesus? I love God and Jesus, and I guess they want me to get more in depth than that. I love God and Jesus. If I have a problem with anybody, it would be the church, if I'm saying that nicely. Their next question was, how have your views of God changed since I was 19? A lot of my views on my view on God didn't change. I still love God. Myself as an individual believer and as a Christian has changed, just going through different life experiences and through different things. Like my walk I've walked through some different places in my walk. As I was trying to say earlier, if anything, nothing about my view about God has changed. Like, I'm not angry at him. I don't, oh, why did he do this? I always believe that God is a good God and God is a faithful God. However, nowadays, if anything, it's his church that I have a problem with personally, because I feel that we are not demonstrating the love of Jesus properly. I feel that we more show him in a condemning fashion, that he's out to get us and that he's condemning us and punishing us. And while God is a just God, I do believe that he's more loving and more compassionate than the church is showing and giving credit for. And the way that we handle different people groups and handle different situations, I feel is inappropriate and not what Jesus would do at all. And as I like to say, I feel that the church likes to talk about different social groups and talk about different people, but they refuse to take that act of love and that step of faith to go out and to talk and to minister and to preach to them. And so, as I like to say, like the story with Zacchaeus. Jesus saw Zacchaeus, and back in that time, the Jews and people had a problem with tax collectors, and Zacchaeus was a tax collector. So he was up there sitting in a tree, and Jesus reached out and he called to him and he said, I'm going to go eat dinner with you. And so a lot of the Jews and the people of the church were like, oh my gosh, like, do you know who he is? Jesus is about to go eat with him. Do you know? Because they didn't socialize with them. They didn't like tax collectors because they were corrupt and etc., etc. And I feel that we're following the church's example and not Jesus's when we're trying to reach out to different social groups. Like Jesus reached out and he went to Zacchaeus' house. And I feel that the church nowadays has the mentality where we'll talk about Zacchaeus, but we won't go to his house. But even back then, the church had that same mentality. So no, my views on God and Jesus have not really changed, but my view of the church has changed because of the people in it. But you can't necessarily follow the church. You have to follow Jesus' example. And your relationship with God should be your relationship with God, and people are going to be hypocritical and stuff. But that's basically what I have a problem. What I have a problem with it would be church people. I don't have a problem with Jesus or God. I still love Jesus and God. Am I single, married, or boyfriend? I'm not married. I don't have a boyfriend. I am single now. But I've gone through different circumstances where I can I tried it, and I've learned a lot, and I've learned a lot having to do with males and interpersonal relationships. So I tried to share my experiences, or I tried to share what I've learned with you guys so that you all don't make the same mistakes that I did. So yeah, and then shout out to Farah. She messaged me, and Monique, she sent me a message. I'm trying to do shout outs. Someone else sent me a message. And Crystal. These people sent me messages, so thank you so much. You can ask me any questions. I like fun questions too. And yeah.